Hello, welcome. My name is Florencia Gonzalez Martinez, and my poster title is Dam, Bridging the Dam, Perception and Approaches to Beaver-Related Restoration Work in Scattered Creek. My site supervisor was Kristen Harma from Chehalis Basin Partnership, and my faculty advisor was Gunwa Ho from the Department of Geography at the University of Washington. A little background. Chehalis Basin Partnership has been hosting a citizen science monitoring project since 2021 to understand the effects of climate change on water flow/presence on the creek. I interned with them this summer to expand on the project by evaluating if beaver-related restoration is suitable for the area of Tenino and Rochester area. The importance of the citizen science monitoring project is in Scattered Creek is because the area was historically a creek salmon used to pass by. Due to the recent hot summers Washington has faced these, this has caused difficulties of salmon migration and spawning due to dry summers causing low flow and presence. A possible solution is beavers. Beaver dams allow for adaptation to climate change, but not everyone is for this restoration work because of human-beaver conflict. So the purpose of my research is to evaluate the wildlife acceptance capacity of beaver-related restoration work. And what is wildlife acceptance capacity? It is the maximum wildlife population level in an area that is acceptable to people. And my research questions follow. What are the Scattered Creek watershed residents' view on beaver dams? What are the factors needed for social acceptance of beaver-related restoration? I interned with Chehalis Basin Partnership, an NGO that focuses on bringing people together to find ways to reach shared goals for the Chehalis Basin River watershed, which Scattered Creek is in. In my time during the internship and Capstone, I had many phases that I went through. The first step in my internship involved coordinating the citizen science project. This involved sending daily/weekly emails to volunteers to get them out and collecting data about water flow and presence of the creek, as well as photos of the creek. And then this allowed me to get into step 2, which includes organizing the data from the volunteers into a web map that visualizes the water flow and presence of the creek from 2021 to 2023. And step 3 involved surveying the residents in Scattered Creek, in the Scattered Creek area, about their perspectives of beavers and the problems that the creek has recently been facing. And lastly, step 4 involved a literature review on the past beaver-related restoration and understanding factors that made the project successful. And with that, let's get into my findings. Results. My survey was like 15 questions long, asking about residents' perspectives on beavers and their acknowledgement of what's occurring in the creek. As we could see in figure 1, which is a bar chart that showcases the distribution of 35 respondents answering the questions 4 and 6 of my survey. And the reason why I chose 4 and 6 to compare to one another is a question 4 deals with water resource management, and question 6 deals with residents' perspective on beavers and having more in the area. And I wanted to see if there was any sort of correlation between water resource management and acceptance levels towards beavers, or if one influenced the other. But as we could see, question 4 goes over. Question 4 states, over the past 2 to 4 years, I am concerned about drought around Scatter Creek, and this is represented in blue. And then question 6 states, there should be more beaver dams in Scatter Creek, which is represented in orange. And my survey was done in the Nino Oregon Trail Days community event. As we could see in the bar chart, 45.70% of residents are concerned about drought in the past 2 to 3 years in Scatter Creek area. But this does not necessarily mean that they will have a strong agreement to have more beavers in the area. As we could see, that only 21.7% strongly agree that there should be more beaver dams in Scatter Creek, which is a far less stronger agreement to the statement that over the past 2 to 4 years, I am concerned about drought around Scatter Creek. So although there's concern about drought in Scatter Creek, there's no necessary strong influence to have more beaver dams to help mitigate this problem. And why is that? The reason for this can be seen in my question 10 of my survey, which I asked in a short answer response format. What are positive and negative impacts from coexisting with beavers? And the answers that I got from here range from residents that have awareness of human conflicts due to intersecting land usage, and then some respondents wanted control of the population size if more beavers were in the area. And lastly, residents understand some of the benefits that beavers have on the ecosystem. So a wide range of opinions about beavers in the area coexisting with humans. And this gets me to ask the question, what are factors that are needed for social acceptance of beaver-related restoration? And in my continued results column, we could see the result needed for social acceptance to basically to reduce human beaver conflicts and correctly reintroduce beavers into an area. Federal agencies and organizations must follow four main factors. I got these 4 factors from literature reviews that evaluate the human dimension on the issues of beaver-related restoration. Number 1, increase education on beavers and non-lethal practices. Increasing education allows for residents to have a better understanding of negative and positive outcomes from beavers being in the environment. They get to decide if the negatives outweigh the positives when it comes to having beavers in the area. And with non-lethal practices, people could take a more non-lethal approach to dealing with conflicts with beavers, like using fencing that could decrease the negative impacts of beavers. And also in agriculture areas, changing grazing practices that are compatible with beavers. And number two, engaging with communities more and allowing them to be part of decision making. There should be setting of goals together with organizations and local communities on the restoration project. And there should be transparency on what they would like the positive outcome to be when it comes to dealing with beaver-related restoration work. Number 3, understanding residents' experience and perspective on the wildlife population in the area. Having an understanding of local perceptions on both nature conservation and sustainable beaver management promotes efficiency, social learning, and avoids social issues. And lastly, number 4, we have to make sure that areas is suitable for beaver-related restoration. And how could you tell if an area is suitable for beaver-related restoration? There's enough vegetation for beavers to have food, and woodly vegetation for beavers to create dams. Without these different types of vegetation, crops and gardens could be at risk when dealing with beavers in the area. And this again causes a negative experience with humans and beavers. Overall, with understanding locals' perspectives on beavers and getting a hold of the 4 factors that make a successful beaver-related restoration work, the implications include increasing the wildlife acceptance capacity of beavers due to a positive experience with them. It allows restoration work to consider the human dimension when working on a restoration project to reduce conflict. It helps restore struggling watersheds and allow for climate adaptation. And lastly, a successful beaver-related restoration project will allow for yearly water source for both human activities and salmon usage. And that concludes my presentation. And my acknowledgement, I would like to thank my faculty advisor, Gunwell Ho, and my my site supervisor, Kristen Harma, and the rest of the Chehalis Basin Partnership community during my time over the course of my internship, and all of my amazing friends in the POE cohort, and my family and friends for supporting me along the way. Thank you.